So we will begin with the title track from the latest album, which is called The Sea Is My Brother. And if you recognise the title, it's because I stole it from Jack Kerouac. So he wrote a self-biographical novel of the same name. And I read the book years ago, and I really enjoyed the book, but found out after I'd read it that he didn't want it published. But somebody had found it. He sent it to someone when he was alive. And after he had died, somebody else published it, which I'm not sure I quite agree with. But I thought it was a good book. But probably what stuck with me more than the whole book itself was just the title. And for years after I'd read it, every time I was at the sea, I just thought, oh, the sea is my brother is such a good phrase to kind of sum up how I feel about the sea and how the sea makes me feel. I just find there's something that can't quite be explained that is deeply familiar with the sea, and there's some kind of comfort in it. Possibly I've spent too long in Totnes, but that's how I find myself feeling every time I'm by the sea.
Those of that you don't know, Totnes is a bit of a hippie. It's a bit of a kooky town.
I've not started handing out friendship marbles yet, which some people do. So, yeah.
That was one. Maybe that's the reason my dad never came back. Because when he was down, he saw a man cycling up the streets wearing socks and sandals, and he just looked at me and said, "Not for me, son." I thought, oh, fair enough, Dad.
But yeah, I get that feeling when I'm by the sea. That there's something, just some kind of knowing with it that I can't explain. So this song kind of draws on Jack Kerouac's story, but more so draws on the feeling of the sea. So this is The Sea Is My Brother. Well, I've known money to my name, though I've walked the corners of this land. And each time the stars do beckon the sun, I wonder what it is they've planned. I don't know your soul no more, because I can't see your eyes. And time may have left its mark on my body, but my mind feels no more wise. Has this land given me all it can? Have I run out of path to tread? Does my heart lie beyond these shores, homes wherever I'll lay my head? The sea is my brother, and he knows me well, and I'll leave with him whatever. I'll be gone at the pull of the swell. Do you see land upon the horizon? Son, that's where this boat's bound. But I don't see, and I don't want to know. I'm not searching for new ground. I'll spend my years aboard these planks till I've sailed the corners of the earth. And time and tide will bring me through to a certain final birth. The sea is my brother, and he knows me well, and I'll leave with him whatever. I'll be gone at the pull of the swell.
Thank you. Hi, Boy Jack.
Thank you very much. Does anybody else get that feeling, or is it just me? Yes, good. Well, we are 80% water, so maybe that's what it is.
But I remember growing up in Chesterfield. I don't know if this is factually incorrect or not, but the nearest sea was Skegness. Is that right? Or around there. We used to call it Skeg Vegas. Skeggy. I never even been.
Oh.
I assume it's just as beautiful as Devon, but I don't know. Just maybe in a different way. I'd like to go. I love the whole coast of Britain in all its glory. I just did some of the coast path this week. Has anyone ever walked any part of the southwest coast path? It's absolutely brutal. So I started at Brixham, which is an amazing place, and I walked all the way around to, I got to Bigbury in the end, but it's just too hot because I was walking with the dog and I thought it was bordering on animal cruelty because we were walking all day and then sleeping on the beach like a proper hippie. Lovely. It's one of our songs called My Boy Jack. 2, 3, 4. Have you heard the news of my boy Jack set sail upon the sea? When do you think that he'll come back this distant sickening me? Has anyone had word of him? For the wind is blowing strong, and what is sunk will hardly swim with the tide that's moving on. My love for comfort can I find in days as they pass by. When my dear Jackie sailed to sea, for to not shame his kind. I'll hold my head up all the more, the son that I have borne. With all my heart I grieve for him and will forevermore. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So we do live in Devon, and we live very near the Devon-Cornwall border, and so we spend quite a lot of time in Cornwall and play in another folk outfit called Brother C, which is made up of Cornish musicians. So we do spend quite a bit of time down there playing music or listening to music and meeting people and all that sort of stuff. And so along the way we heard and learnt this song, which is kind of the anthem of Cornwall. And we don't get to play it a lot because we can't sing it in Devon because we would be chased out of the county. So we would like to sing it for you this evening. I think we're at a safe enough distance to be able to do that. It's usually sung by about 12 men, pint in hand in the pub, very loudly. So our version is slightly different from the kind of original arrangement. But But we think it's a beautiful song. Cornwall is a really beautiful county, and we've spent many a happy day down there. So this song tells of Cornwall and its beauty. And if you know it or if you pick it up, please do join in.
Has anyone ever seen Poldark? I think I was a bit late to the party because I think it's quite popular, and I just found myself, when you're just looking for something, you just don't want to use your brain, you just want to watch something, and I started watching it and I'm absolutely addicted. I think I really enjoy period drama.
There we go.
So that's my story about Poldark.
This is Cornwall, my home. I've stood on Cape Cornwall in the sun's evening glow, on Tune Hill at Newlyn to watch the fishing fleet go, watch the sheaved wheels at Gievo as they spun around, and heard the men singing as they went underground. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand, for this is my Eden, and I'm not alone, for this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. I've left childish footsteps in the soft Sennen sand. I've chased the maids down there, all giggly and tanned. I've stood on the cliff top in a westerly blow, and heard the waves thunder on the rocks far below. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand, for this is my Eden, and I'm not alone, for this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. First thing in the morning on Chapel Conbray, I gaze at the sea leaves in the blue far away, and this is my Cornwall, and I'll tell you why. Because I was born here, and here I shall die, and no one will ever move me
and I'm not alone.
For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. For this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. Thank you.
She's got a lovely voice, hasn't she?
Lovely voices in here as well. Beautiful singing.
So this is a song, one of our songs called Northumberland, which is the place that has a really special part in my heart. And it's based on a poem by Wilfred Gibson, who was the people's poet of Hexham. And I just read it and I felt quite emotional. It's just really quite simple, but it just, I don't know, for me it just brought back every memory of Northumberland, and sometimes if I miss it, just reading that felt really quite moving. So I thought I'd set it to some music, some moody Northumbrian music. So this is our song called Northumberland. Hear the land in bent land, a land of black and white. God bring me to Northumberland, the land of my delight. Land of singing water and words from off the sea. God bring me to Northumberland, the land where I would be. Hear the land in bent land, a valley rich with corn. God bring me to Northumberland, the land where I was born. God bring me to Northumberland, the land where I was born. Thank you.
Thanks.
So the moral of the story is we have to give Steve Bruce a chance. My dad's not having any of it. So this is, has anyone ever had a pint in the Three Merry Lads in Cutthorpe? So I grew up in Cutthorpe, which is just on the outskirts of Chesterfield. And I used to frequent the Three Merry Lads, which is a bit of a dive, but it was lovely. And it's still there. And I used to enjoy going there when I was 14 or 15 for a few sneaky underage pints. And I used to drink with a fella called Malcolm, who used to wear a vest in the corner of the pub. And he was pretty pickled with the drink, but he was a very interesting and funny man. And I became quite good friends with him, actually. It was quite an unlikely friendship. And when I left Chesterfield, I gave him one of my old guitars because he didn't really have any money. And I heard he was a really good folk singer, so I thought I want to give it a good home. And I went back to... So I wrote a song for him called Malcolm. And I went back to Chesterfield a couple of weeks ago and I bumped into him, which is... I've not seen him for about 10, 15 years still, and looks exactly the same, probably a bit frailer. It's just weird, isn't it, how these characters just carry on. They're like wallpaper. They might crumble and tear and have fag stains on, but still there. This is Malcolm. A rich man, a poor man, of this we know none. We'll sit in the bar till the night time is gone. We'll laugh and we'll drink just as we've always done, in a small quiet room up on old Cutthorpe Hill. Remember the day when my pa said to me, this forgotten guitar, well, it's no use to me. So then we decided and acted with haste to take this old thing into its rightful new place. Malcolm, a tear from the eye, and it truly did bring one from me too, and a new song to sing. Fire in the heart and ale in the gut, a long night ahead of us. Malcolm. Now sometimes I wonder, does it have all 6 strings? Does it sing songs of old times? What joy does it bring? And all that I wish is to see Malcolm again, swigging a beer with a grin on his chin. Malcolm. Good man, a true man, the wind it blows strong in a joyful old place that feels so long gone. Thanks.
Thank you.
Very much. Is anyone going to Sidmouth this year? bugger. That was my biggest name festival drop. We've tried to get a booking at Sidmouth for about 6 years, and we finally got it this year. I don't know what it means, but thank you. It's just nice to be thought of. We also got, has anyone ever been to one of the Costa Dells? We've also been trying to, for obvious reasons, been trying to get that gig for a while. And that came in yesterday, so if anybody's going in... Yes. This October in Portugal. So you'll know to avoid that one if you're thinking about going. So yeah. But if you do fancy a bit more of Harbottle and Jonas in the local area or wherever, we do get about a bit, and we love to see faces more than once. So yeah, this is one of our songs called The Saucy Sailor Boy. Come my own love, come my true love, come my darling unto me. Will you wait with the poor sailor lad that's just returned from sea? But your dirty love, your ragged love, and you smell so strong of tar. So be gone, you saucy sailor lad, be gone, you jack tar. If I'm dirty love, I'm ragged love, and I smell so strong of tar. Well, I have silver in every pocket, love, and gold in great store. And as soon as she had heard these words, on her bending knee she fell, crying, I will wed thee, Henry, for I love thy jolly sailor well. Say, if I'm dirty love, I'm a ragged love, and I smell so strong of tar. Well, I have silver in every pocket, love, and gold in great store. Far across the briny ocean where the meadows are so green, since you refuse to be my bride, some other girl shall wear the ring. If I'm dirty love, I'm ragged love, and I smell so strong of tar. Well, I have silver in every pocket, love, and gold in great store. But I'm frolicsome, I'm easy, good-tempered and free, and I don't care a single pin, my boys, what the world says about me. If I'm dirty love, I'm ragged love, and I smell so strong of tar. Well, I have silver in every pocket, love, and gold in great store. Well, if I'm dirty love, I'm ragged love, and I smell so strong of tar. So be gone, you saucy sailor lad, be gone, you jack tar. Thank you. Just going to get some lyrics for a second.
Hopefully. Dave's just thrown a curveball. Okay. So we need the lyrics because the song is not our own. It's a song by Reg Muros, who, he's brilliant, is Reg. He's played here, hasn't he? Yeah. Yes. So I'm sure you'll know the song. All of his songs are just amazingly written. He's, just very aware. So this song is England Green, England Grey. So, of course, please join in on the chorus. And, we love it. We think it just, particularly at the minute with the new Prime Minister, the country can seem so broken and so awful and so messed up. But there's good people and there's beautiful landscapes and there are things to enjoy and to be proud of in England. So we love this song. So please do join in with us. I just need to set the harmony. G.
just think it's so important to keep songs as solid as this alive and spreading as far and wide as possible. I wish I could write a song like this. Start with harmony.
England green and England grey, look out on a summer's day, to all things bright and fair and gay. To my home, my love, my England. I believe in dignity, rich or poor, we're all born free. Austerity and slavery, I thought they were behind us. I don't believe the BBC in anarchy or monarchy, or an empire built on piracy. By our history you'll find us. England green and England grey, look out on a summer's day, to all things bright and fair and gay. To my home, my love, my England. For years our women had no say, no right to work or equal pay. God help the crippled and the gay, the fragile flowers of England. Shut the factories, shut the mines, punish those fell on hard times, while we honour them that do the crimes. The greedy men of England. England green and England grey, look out on a summer's day, to all things bright and fair and gay. To my home, my love, my England. How can a man respect a man who steals his house and sells his land, and takes the wages from his hand to pay his own expenses? The NHS, our England's jewel, is bartered by Westminster's fool to justify his public school and military defences. England green and England grey, look out on a summer's day, to all things bright and fair and gay. To my home, my love, my England. Sing the songs of old John Bull, Cecil Sharp and John and Paul. Come English folk, come one and all, to the sweet songs of our England. Take my hand and walk with me down the back roads to the sea, where in spite of all we'll both agree there is none so sweet as England. England green and England grey, look out on a summer's day, to all things bright and fair and gay. To my home, my love, my England. England green and England grey, look out on a summer's day, to all things bright and fair and gay. To my home, my love, my England. Thank you. He's good, isn't he, Reg?
Yeah. So thanks, Reg, for not giving us any permission to sing that whatsoever. I think we're going to sing a couple more. Does that sound about right? If we do two more. We're going to do one of my favourite folk songs of all time. And we lived in Liverpool for 6 years. So it's we met at university, or we met in the backside of university when there was nobody left for Freya.
Scraping the barrel. Oh, that's what you said you were doing. I'm not scraping the barrel. Dave said he was scraping the barrel.
I was kipping on Freya's house share, and I was kipping on their sofa. I was a bit of a bum. I had done woofing. Has anyone ever done woofing before? It's like organic farming in Tuscany. Oh, yes. So I did that for a year and a bit. And then didn't realise, because we both did music degrees. And at the end of the music degree, thought, oh, brilliant. What should we do now then? Didn't really prepare us for the reality of what a music degree is going to do for you. So we had to figure that out in time. Anyway, this is a song called Leaving Liverpool. And fare thee well to you, my own true love, for I am sailing far, far away, and I am bound for California, and I know that I'll return someday. So fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. And I am sailing on a Yankee sailing ship, and Davy Crockett is her name, and Burgess is the captain of her, and they say that she's a floating head. And so fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. And I have sailed with the Burgess once before, and I think that I know him well. Well, if a man's a sailor, he'll get along. Well, if not, then he is surely in hell. So fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. And now the sun shines on the harbour loft. Bless you, Fred. And I wish that I could remain. For I know it's going to be a long, long time till I see you again. And so fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. And so fare thee well, my own true love, when I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that's grieving me, but my darling, when I think of thee. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lovely singing. So this is going to be our last one. So a massive thank you to everybody that's helped this night run so smoothly for us. So to Ian and Stuart and Bob and Sarah and Alan for taking pictures. Just a massive round of applause to them. And the lovely bar staff. And for you lot for coming out when it's warm and there's always other things to do. So cheers.
Thank you to John as well for his wonderful songs earlier.
Yeah, sorry. Nice one.
Didn't expect to hear a song about penguin poo this evening, so that was a surprise. So thank you. This is our last song. This one is a very old one. We wrote it years ago, and it seems to have stuck with us. It's a song called "Carry On You Fisherman," and it's about a lady whose love has left her, so she goes off looking for him over land and sea, but she can't find him anywhere. So this is "Carry On You Fisherman." Well, I'm looking for my love. Will he come back to me? And I spend night times on the road. Will he remember me? They'll stand there in my mind and forget about me. They'll stand there in my mind and turn your back on me. Carry on, you fisherman fishing. Carry on, you sailorman sailing. Whoa, the waves are wailing. And if I catch him in a crowd, will he be there alone? For I know his heart grows lone and weary. Then I can speak these words out loud. So carry on, you fisherman fishing. Carry on, you sailorman sailing. Whoa, the waves are wailing. Well, I've been looking for my love. 7 love songs wrote for he. The days have grown darker now, and my heart no longer sees. The world carries on like it always has. The world carries on like it always has. Carry on, you fisherman fishing. Carry on, you sailorman Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Harbottle and Jonas. Wow. Are you sure? Tell you what, just while they go, it's not very often, actually it's very often that people get up on that stage and sing songs about penguin eggs. But it's not very often when people get songs from somewhere adjacent to where the eggs come from. John Young. We've let me granddad loose on the sound desk again. Big one for Stuart. To Eugene behind the bar. And to all my mates and colleagues on the committee doing the best to get tonight ready. And not only that, if you look at what we've got over the next year, I've got the full list of who we've got booked over the next year, and I'm telling you now, it's very, very exciting. My colleagues have done their bit. I want you to do your bit now. Tell your mates what happens here on a Friday night, starting again in September. But for now, just as a reminder, so as you can tell them, let's have one more song, please, from Harbottle and Jonas.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pig of a day, but this has been a really lovely evening. Completely worth the drive.
Oh, yes.
And if anyone's in Devices tomorrow night, come and see us on a barge. That's only 15 minutes down the road from here, isn't it? Something like that, anyway. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a really lovely evening. And thank you for coming out and listening and singing. We're going to finish with a very well-known Celtic folk song, but we love it and love to sing it. So this is Black is the Colour.
Black is the colour of my true love's hair. His lips are like some roses fair. He's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. I love the ground whereon he stands. I love my love, and well he knows. I love the ground whereon he goes. I wish the day it soon would come when he and I could be as one. I go to the Clyde, and I mourn and weep, for satisfied I never can be. I write him a letter, just a few short lines, and suffer death 1,000 times. Black is the color of my true love's hair. His lips are like some roses fair. He's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. I love the ground whereon he stands. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.